for the elderly, to watch themselves stay out of the heat, drink plenty of fluids. You know, I think people are just more aware here in New Orleans, and they're more used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were freezing cold half the year and then bump heat came on, we'd probably be pretty freaked out here too.
Is your religion, would that be Voodooist? Is that what you practice?
No, you asked me that before.
Did I?
Yes, you did. I study this religion. I was baptized Catholic, and my religion is not Catholicism or Voodoo.
Just quickly.
My beliefs are more Wiccan than Voodoo.
What is that?
Like witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
The Wiccan reed is, and it harm none, do it thy will. And that fits into my lifestyle of, I like to go after things that I want, but I don't want to harm anyone in the process. So I like the strictness of that religion because it fits into, you know, my goals and my path.
Is that with the candles and you burn the incense and maybe it's because of voodoo, but I'm cutting out over here, I think. Is that where you build it, you have the candle and you burn the incense and then you the third eye and all that?
Well, this is, I mean, it's another religion. So it's like we tend to, like you're trying to do right now, generalize it into, well, what's voodoo then? It's where you put the pins in those dolls, and that's such a small part of it. It's a religion. It's not just magic, and just like witchcraft is a religion. Yeah. So candles and all that, just like burning a candle for a saint in Catholicism, it's a part of a religion that's much bigger. The big part is going to be obviously worship. You know, asking for the things you want through prayer. You know, pretty much, I think all religions are pretty similar. It's just that some of them gotten a bad name because, you know, they're thought of to be a little more pagan. But, you know, I love God. You know, I totally believe in God. I'm not about the devil or Satan and all this stuff. I think that's such a misconception that people that are into religions that are off the beaten track are evil. Just because they're not into what most of the world is into doesn't make them evil. It just means that they're doing something different.
I hope I didn't aggravate you with that question. Okay, well, we got it all out now.
Not at all.
Okay, so where do we go from here?
Well, I guess what is the museum.
What does Epsom salts have to do with voodoo?
I'm going to kill you. Well, the Epsom salts.
And if you don't want me to use this piece, just let me know.
Oh, God. The Epsom salts we use in our the baths that we do. We do like peaceful home baths, love baths, and we fragrance the Epsom salts with essential oils, which are right over here.
This is a visions, and you know I get it all out if I can. Okay, so now if you want me to cut that out, I will.
No, that's all right.
Okay, do it at home, I guess. Do it yourself. This is a very interesting doll right over here. What is this with the? Oh, this is great. This is like the. Wow, this with the skull. This is terrific. Describe this and explain it.
Do you know that I'm going to make this your free gift?
Really?
Visiting the Voodoo Museum.
Oh my God! Look at this. This is beautiful. Well, describe that. This is terrific.
Okay. Well, what we have here is it's kind of a silly doll. You know, it's not a doll.
For a silly guy.
That's right. For a silly guy. It's got, you know, traditional Louisiana moss on the head, a skull, which, if it looked a little more serious, could represent the ancestors, which other skulls you see in the museum are there to represent the ancestors. It's got a little garlic, traditionally used to ward off evil, and just, you know, a little skull print fabric, and a little bag, which would be his gree-gree bag for protection. But then it becomes your gree-gree bag.
Okay, so you're really going to give me this?
I'm really going to give it to you.
Oh, I tell you, I'm honored. I thank you very much. This is great. This is great. This is wonderful. Okay, so that's terrific. I appreciate this. This is a beautiful doll. And a lot more hair than I have, too. Okay, do I name it or just, what do I call this? Any particular just doll?
I think you're going to have to give this one a name. I think it's up to you.
It can be male or female?
Sure, it can be male or female.
Is it? If I name it somebody, should that person be honored?
I would think so, because this is going to be your doll that you're going to keep, and it's to ward off evil, so you would be calling on the protection of the garlic and the gree-gree bag for that person, so I can't see how they wouldn't be honored.
So then by naming this doll for somebody, then I'm protecting that person.
And yourself.
And myself.
But only if you use your... See, let me just explain this real quick. The key to magic isn't the right doll, and it isn't a gree-gree bag, and it isn't the right herb. It's something called creative visualization. Seeing what you want in your mind and making it happen. And all these tools are focusing tools. That's what they help us with. When we look at a doll that's red, it helps us think of love. When we look at a candle that's green, it helps us think of money. If we can do that in our minds without these tools, there's no reason to buy the tools or to use the tools. But most people in this world of microwaves and ovens and, crazy, quick world, we need these focusing tools because we're not in touch with our minds anymore.
Right.
Like we used to be maybe at one time, if we ever were. We take Tylenol for a headache. We don't go to the garden and get an herb and instinctively know these things. So today's the day of tools. We need things to help our minds to focus. So this doll, you can use it for whatever you want, but because the garlic is here, they've already given you tools to help you think of protection. So that's why we call it a doll for protection, but it's up to you to actually make the magic happen.
So then the doll that I'm going to name this doll, and this protects both myself and the person I named this for, and it's for good.
Okay, and are you going to give it a name here?
Suppose I name it Kimberly.
Kimberly. Is that your daughter?
That's my daughter.
Oh, okay, good.
That's a good thing.
That's a great thing. I think that's wonderful.
I love you very much, Kimberly, and I hope that by taking this with me, that we'll both find happiness.
And I'll be wishing you the same.
I'm so happy you picked it out as my daughter. That's great. Thank you. Okay, I'll come back for this as soon as I finish the tour.
I'll
Oh,
hold it
boy.
for you up in my desk.
Oh, this is great.
For the tour, I'll go ahead and bring you up front.
Okay, we're going to go up
Prince
front.
is back here.
We're going to go through here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you don't want to see the other offices.
no, we don't want to see this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to...
Computer.
the computers and all that. Let's cut tape and we'll meet you in the museum. Okay, we have arrived in the museum. We're in the front, and as you come into the museum here, right at the front door, and we are with, and your first name is Prince, and what's your full name?
Prince Mugaba, the Prince of Love.
Okay, so your first name is not Prince, it's a title.
It's definitely a title, and it was given to me by our only curator, Mr. Charles Gandolfo. And it happened about maybe 6 years ago. I was doing love potions, and I was having so much success. And one day he came up to me and said, "You know what, you must be the Prince of Love because of the success you've been having with your love potion." And it's definitely a title, and that's how I got the title of Prince of Love.
Where were you doing these love potions? Were you doing it from home? Did you have a shop? How did that come about?
No, everything derived from here. Maybe about 11 or 12 years ago, I started working here as a craft person, making things. Then I started reading and learning about things, and started dabbling in, and 6 years later, the love thing came along, and
Should we know your real name, or don't? Well, we shouldn't. We'll just go with the Prince.
as far as I'm concerned, that's real.
Oh, that's it. That's
That's
your
real,
name
yeah.
now. So you've been here for 6 or 7 years. You said?
No, I became the Prince of Love maybe 6 years ago, but I've been here about 11 years.
Oh, so you were here before you became the Prince of Love.
Yeah, it took about 5 years before I got a title.
You hit the title. Okay, so give us an overview. What are we going to be doing here? What are we going to be looking at?
Well, I'm going to tell you about some of the things in the gift shop and also in the museum. What used for what, okay? Kind of give you like an overview on Voodoo.
Right.
And we're going to start with this alligator
Let me
here.
just ask you about your button. Are you registered to vote?
Yes.
But it's your button over there. It's,
Yeah.
You work for the Board of Elections here as well?
No.
You just like the button. That's great. Okay, so we're in the gift shop now.
We are.
Here we go.
And as you come into the museum, you see the alligator head that's hanging outside the door. It's used for protection and to keep evil out of our museum.
I got in.
Yeah, but evil don't. So what you saying? You evil? All right.
Okay.
The Burmese use to sweep away sickness, disease, and disappointment. Now we have that large green gree-gree at the top of the door, and I'm gonna explain that to you later. And it's used for prosperity and money. And we've been in business now for 22 years. We celebrate our 23rd anniversary on Halloween night. So that gigi must be working real good.
Right, must be working.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just say this before we go ahead, move along. My name is Herb Malsby, and you're listening to Visions, a series of visits to almost everywhere. I'm your host and fellow traveler. We are with the Prince of Love here. We're in New Orleans, one of the great cities in America, and we're at the New Orleans Historical
Voodoo
Museum. I got it right. We just we just finished it with Brandi Kelly with an I, and again we're with the Prince of Love. We're taking a break right now. We are with the gift shop area. We're going to be going into the museum. What I'm going to be doing right now is turning the tape over. So if you'll just bear with us for a moment while I turn the tape over, we'll be right back with the Prince of Love. So let's take the break right now and make the turn. Okay, we have turned the tape and we're back in the gift shop and we're looking at ritual candle magic and voodoo, Louisiana voodoo kits, and explain all this, a love potion, number 69, and all that. Okay, so okay, let's take a look.
All right. Next, we're going to talk about the dolls. And see, it's a real misconception from the big screen. You know, people think you stick pins in the dolls and do evil. But mostly, the dolls are done for good. And the different color dolls mean different things. Like a red doll, my favorite, that's for love. Mm-hmm. A green doll would be a money drawing doll. An orange doll for creativity, clairvoyance. A yellow doll for success, good luck in gambling. A pink doll for passion.
Good luck in gambling fits here right now.
Yeah, it definitely does. A pink doll would be for passion, friendship and harmony. A brown doll for special favors. A purple for power and domination. So the dolls are actually done for good things. And you would want the doll to be yourself. Right. And bring those good things to you.
Right. Okay, I'm just looking over here. Love potion, number 69, herb mixtures and potion powders. And what about some of the hexing products? Okay, now hexing has a dark connotation.
Plays a very small part in voodoo. Mm-hmm. We don't advise to do hexing. All right.
Explain hexing.
Well, hexing, that's doing evil or harm to an individual. You know, bringing bad luck or something. We have it because people want it, but in most cases we try to talk them out of it.
You don't want to.
Yeah. If anything, you bring good things to yourself instead of doing evil to somebody else.
Okay, what's up on this shelf? We see voodoo. What is this?
The High John the Conqueror's root. Extremely powerful. Right now they're hard to get because they're using them for AIDS research. But it's a long story behind it, but it's a real powerful root. Let me tell you about our most famous queen.
I thought, because she's disappearing in the background again.
No, she's famous.
Is this, are you related to Lisa, what's her name? Sneaking Away?
Oh, Lisa Sneaking Away.
Is this, and what is your name? Willa. Are you Willa Sneaking Away?
Somewhat.
Okay. Oh, see, she doesn't mind being on tape a little bit. Hi, Willa. You are?
I do card reading and spiritual advice at the museum.
Okay, nice meeting you, and good luck.
Right.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, Prince, going back to you. The Queen.
She was our most famous and most powerful queen. Born 1794, died 1881. Lived to be 87 years old. And that was during a time when people died fairly young, 35 and 40. So she gave herself the most precious gift, which is life.
1794.
Yeah. She was born a quadroon. She was part black, part Indian, part Spanish, part French, and never enslaved. And married twice, and with her second husband, a Captain Christophe Glapion, had 15 kids. And she had them all over an 8-year span.
No.
And in voodoo, it's supposed to be spiritual to have multi-births. She had 3 sets of twins, 2 sets of triplets, and only 3 single births. So you can imagine people being in awe for that, huh? I know I am.
Looks like she kept the shape as well.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along right here. Okay, we're coming into the museum now.
Next, we're going to talk about a hoodoo queen. And you might ask, what's the difference? Very little. Some say there's a little more evil associated with hoodoo versus voodoo, where voodoo is basically done for good, very, very little evil. Voodoo is a religion where hoodoo is only a practice.
One second. Voodoo is a religion, and hoodoo.
It's only a practice.
What does that stand for? Hoodoo. Hoodoo.
It's just a spin-off of voodoo.
Okay. And Mama Muma.
Yeah, she's conjuring up the spirits of the dead in the St. Tammany Parish swamps.
She looks like a tough cookie.
And I guess she was. She passed away about 12 years ago.
Conjuring the spirits of the dead in a St. Tammany Parish swamp, 1975. Boy, that is a very voodoo, but I'm cutting out of here. I think, is that where you build it? You have the candle and you burn the incense, and then you the third eye and all that.
Well, it's another religion. So it's like we tend to, like you're trying to do right now, generalize it into, well, what's voodoo then? It's where you put the pins in those dolls, and that's such a small part of it. It's a religion. It's not just magic, and just like witchcraft is a religion. So candles and all that, just like burning a candle for a saint in Catholicism, it's a part of a religion that's much bigger.
Quickly.
My beliefs are more Wiccan than voodoo.
What is that?
Like witchcraft. The Wiccan reed is, and it harm none, do it thy will. And that fits into my lifestyle of, I like to go after things that I want, but I don't want to harm anyone in the process. So I like the strictness of that religion because it fits into, my goals and my path.
Is that with the candles and you burn the incense and maybe it's because
most of the world is into doesn't make them evil. It just means that they're doing something different.
I hope I didn't aggravate you with that question. Okay, well we got it all out now.
Not at all.
Okay, so where do we go from here?
Well, I guess what is the museum?
What does Epsom salts have to do with voodoo?
I'm gonna kill you. Well, the Epsom salts.
And if you don't want me to use this piece, just let me know.
Oh God, the Epsom salts we use in our the baths that we do. We do like peaceful home baths, love baths. It's for the elderly to watch themselves stay out of the heat, drink plenty of fluids. I think people are just more aware here in New Orleans, and they're more used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were freezing cold half the year and then bump heat came on, we'd probably be pretty freaked out here too.
Is your religion? Would that be Voodooist? Is that what you practice?
No, you asked me that before.
Did I?
Yes, you did. I study this religion. I was baptized Catholic, and my religion is not Catholicism or voodoo.
The
big part is going to be obviously worship. Asking for the things you want through prayer. Pretty much, I think all religions are pretty similar. It's just that some of them gotten a bad name because, they're thought of to be a little more pagan. But I love God. I totally believe in God. I'm not about the devil or Satan and all this stuff. I think that's such a misconception that people that are into religions that are off the beaten track are evil just because they're not into what